cool. It's a bit late for
Bye.
that, don't you think, Siren?
Yeah, right. By the way,
I was recording it on my phone, so
And no
the
one
first little
wants
bit.
Hassel's death on camera. Come on.
We also didn't
Or-
get that big old conversation between the cabinet members.
And I'm so
Right.
sad that we didn't.
It's okay. It's just a plot
Okay.
point. People think it was intentional.
We couldn't record it then.
I more or less remember what was said. I can read it out to you again later, Siren, if you need
Okay,
a separate recording of it. Anyways, so
for thralls, is there a limited telepath
No, there's
range?
you are not a
Like, can I speak with my thralls even if they're 1,000 miles away?
no.
Okay. Alright. But I do have some telepathic commands
No, you
to
don't.
them? Okay. Okay, so everything I command has to be verbal.
Yes.
Okay. How well has Ruth memorized that book I gave her?
What book did you give her?
I gave her the book about alchemy.
Yeah. She's more or less she's going through it. I mean, she's working on it, but I mean, it's a big book.
Okay. I'm gonna send, I'll call him Edward for now since he came from a interesting family. I'm gonna send him off to another city. You know, the guy I turned into a vampire at
Yeah.
Jeffrey's estate.
Yeah.
I'll send Edward off in an area by himself. I'll send him to do some clandestine stuff that I have no idea what he'll do right now.
You're gonna take a servant from the Lord Marshal and have him disappear. Need to remind you that the Lord Marshal refers to all of his servants by name.
Yeah, I know. But think about it. Edward walks in, and Jeffrey notices that he's a vampire now.
That was going to be one of my questions of, do they need blood to be okay? Or can anyone be an abstainer?
Anyone can be an abstainer.
As long as you don't take the first drink.
Yeah.
You know what? Fine, I'll leave him there. I'll just command him not to tell anyone that I turned him, and leave no evidence that I actually did turn him and whatnot.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Alright.
So,
And then specifically, I'm going to work on the pressure that these flying machines can hold. For instance, how high can they go, and if possible, can they become spacecraft?
there's not a whole lot of study on space travel, so
It's basically just flying. Yeah, you just get to that altitude and you're just super high.
like I said, there's no
I have
study
a
on
lot
this
of
stuff,
opinions.
Alright.
Give me one more technology check to see how you solve that pressure issue.
Haha. That is a... That is a 16.
16? Cool. Yeah, you're able to get them to go up decently high. You think that they'll hold up under most pressures. So long as you don't, like, drop them in the bottom of the ocean, they should probably be more or less okay.
Okay. Sweet. I'll walk over to Sarah once again, and I say, Sarah.
Yes, Davenant?
Tell me, what do you think of Ackerman?
She kind of goes quiet a little bit and goes,
Ackerman brought me to the capital and gave me the life I currently have. Ackerman's my boss. He helps me. He feeds me. Gives me tiny food. I
Tiny
love
food.
tiny food. Yeah, I love tiny food.
Tiny
she,
food. and-
she opens her drawer and pulls out like a little tiny miniature cupcake.
Now, this isn't in quantity, of course. This is just in, small, right? Right.
Yeah.
She opens the drawer and you see there are like dozens of them in there.
So you would.
I would what?
You would say he's like a father to you.
I don't know what a father is. I mean, I know literally what a father is, but as for the distinction between a person who helped bring you to capabilities and a person who raised you, I suppose there's not much that difference.
Interesting. All right. By the way, how are those experiments for Huel? Oh, Mr. Huel. Those pills of
Oh, the
enhancing-
pill. Right,
We need
yeah.
we need to name it. Call it a name or something. Have any good ideas? Anything?
What were the experiments again?
They're just
Trying to find a way to
of
enhance
enhancements.
perception,
Or we could call
It's
them,
like it's like
akin
it's
to
like a
eagle
drug.
eyes, is
We
a
could-
preference.
we could call them minute pills. Cause he's a minotaur. And they're small.
If you could, just for the record, the request was for like an optical enhancement that you could like have a minor surgery and have eyes that can see in the dark.
Oh well, they're currently working on pills that would do that.
Okay, just so that was the official request. But I defer to the
You said
science
nothing
version.
that can harm them, so surgery is sort of out of the question.
Minor surgery.
Any-
I mean,
okay.
Yeah, as long as
that
it's
was
not
spe-
like cutting off their eyes and putting in cybernetic implants. Just
Which would be, of course, the most effective method. But of course, nobody wants to do that.
I never wrote it down, but that's so you know.
Hmm. By the way, what? I may have asked you this before, out of game. Dabenid would know, but what were the effects of those demon fingers and demon ingredients?
The devil's fingers? What were the effects of
Yes.
them?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, if consumed, will it burn your throat out, or
I mean, it probably
would it grant you some sort of power? I mean,
probably not. It would probably. I mean, if you ate one, it'd probably taste like jerky. Really old, stale jerky
I'm
with a
sorry,
bone in the
what?
middle.
What?
I mean, not
With like a
consuming
sulfury
them.
aftertaste.
Yeah, with a little bit of sulfury aftertaste.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But they still hold some form of magic.
yeah, they hold magic.
I want to try and find a way to. I'll meditate, of course, before doing this,
Mm-hmm.
to talk with my inner key palace, and with my mind palace, and then, well, actually that's Yagardi's, but either way, my mind palace, and I'm going to then try to think of some ways to harness this demonic power without it going crazy. You know, research stuff, if I would know this. Well, anything can be possible.
So yeah, you sit down and meditate on this. So roll at that lets you roll at advantage, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Roll at advantage.
Ha ha ha! That is not quite what I wanted, but it is good enough. That is a 18.
I mean, you could possibly. I mean, you've already seen it.
Put it through a.
Fuel some kind of magical things. And you can see you've already seen how it can fuel portals. So like, it's obviously got
Wait,
some
what?
kind of connection to the.
I haven't seen that it can fuel portals.
But that was the conversation between me and her before we took it.
Yeah, that was like.
Did she
the
never
whole
tell him?
thing.
Did she never tell him?
I mean, I did walk up. I did hear some
Wait,
conversation.
wait.
I think
Does
we walked
Spencer
up
not know,
after.
or does wait? Does Spencer not know, or does Davenid not know?
I don't remember this. Spencer does not remember this.
No, what? Wait, what are we talking about right now?
When Huel went into Sarah asking about portals, and she's like, "Yeah, you could do that with Devil Finger. Here, I have one." So I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
can I have that?" And walked out. And Davenid
Yeah.
tried to stop me
Well,
because that's his job.
I came in before you tried to walk out, so there was some conversation.
Did you?
Yeah,
Actually,
these things
Davenid might hear a little bit about it.
Because if you'd
You-
been there when she handed it to me, you would have just literally stopped that right there.
Right, no, you walked in afterwards. But no, you are aware you how you would channel this thing's magic. I mean, I don't know.
That's why I need the crucible.
Human sacrifice. Sorry.
Look, Spencer, you cannot make a roll and then say and expect me to tell you, "Oh, you can do this." It's your mind. It's your character. It's your mind. You tell me what Davenid wants to try.
I need the book.
What book?
I need the book of oh man, I forgot his name. Solomon. No, it's not Solomon. Alfie. What is his other name? The previous scientist. I need his book to read how he made the crucible
Oh.
and then make it myself.
Oh.
That way I
oh,
won't have to
oh,
bother about
yeah.
finding another crucible. By the way, Sarah, did you find the book?
What? Who are you talking to?
I said, by the way, Sarah, did you find the book?
Oh.
I stood up
Oh, you-
and then
sir.
walked out to
Uh,
look at her.
What book?
The book I sent you in to grab from Selthor's.
Selfa, was that in your safe as well?
That was in the same one as the
Crucible?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, there's no book in there.
I wonder if that's the only place. No, he's got to have more. Sarah, do you know if he has any more safes?
I don't know.
That's a minor problem. Bummer. Alright. Bummer.
Cool.
Alright.
We're gonna pass away from you, and we're going to go to back to Ackerman, who's walking with Sabriel. He tells you that he's gonna head off on his own and go contact his daughter and inform her of the assignment. He's also gonna send. He also sends you to go contact the. He sends you to go to the militant to go speak to a Lieutenant Colonel Selthor. He is regularly trained with the Special Forces people. You're going to grab a couple of special forces people to go with you. He says try Citro Kamita as well. She's pretty good. And then he turns and walks away from you, Sabriel. Y'all hear her?
Heard was we're gonna go get a few people.
Yeah, you're gonna go to the you're gonna go to the militant. He said go to the militant and talk to Lieutenant Colonel Selthor to get some special forces people to go along with you.
I will head that way.
Cool. You start heading over that way, and as you're heading over that way, we're gonna cut away from Sabriel. You didn't want to do anything else before you go over there, do you? Sabriel?
Going straight there.
Cool. Then we're gonna cut away from you. A little bit later in the day, we find ourselves at the home of at Angel Bradley's, where she's getting ready for a big day. She's gonna step away from the enforcers for a bit and see some other people. Look at the mood in everyone's room just changed. Like Jory was smiling a second ago. Siren scowled at me. Sato started laughing. Like the whole mood of this place just changed.
We're going to Angel Bradley's, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I 100% was paying attention when you were talking.
I heard scene change, Angel Bradley. I was waiting for dialogue. I was like, wait, what happened? Why
Yeah, same.
did I miss something?
So you're getting ready for your big day. Karen's helped you choose your outfit and whatnot.
Oh.
Ooh, girl time.
Spencer, oh my gosh.
Although, if they're still going to do something outside, like she asked, then she's not gonna wear something super fancy. It'll be light outside clothes. So
Light clothes.
shut up. It'll be not heavy, hot, freaking clothes for
Hot clothes.
hiking or something. Shut up. You know what I'm saying.
Quiet! Let the woman speak.
Yeah, so you
But
put on
she
some
will do like pretty hair and makeup or something. I don't know.
Okay, cool. You had more like Ranker Man? What? He does have a big rank. Anyways, why are y'all talking about Ackerman's rank? I bet Ackerman does have a pretty big rank, Jackson.
I was just about to say something. And then you had to.
You're banned. You're all banned. I am banning all of you. And I'm editing that statement.
You're the one who
No.
called him a rankerman.
I said rank as in gross, coarse, grotesque.
Ah.
Yep. He's got a big
Cool.
stank.
I am editing this
He
Can
got
we
a big,
please
out of the
move on?
recording later.
he's got a big new.
Guys, this is about Annie. Stop dwelling
Guys,
on the past.
look, y'all can't think about it like that. Like Ackerman's a warrior. He has a huge
No
body
one
count.
cares about
Like, the body
Ackerman.
count-
Katie,
The
what do
body
you
count of
do?
Ackerman is absurd. Like it's insanely high.
It's like 70.
But he's a very talented hoe.
It's like,
Jory, you misunderstood
saved
me.
the whole country.
I mean an actual body count. I mean like the number of bodies that have dropped. You and okay, yeah. Although that I do
not in
realize.
combat.
They all are.
Anyways, moving on. It's the Katie's over here suffering. Please move on. Yeah, so Katie, we find Annie getting ready for her day. You head out and you step outside, and there's a carriage there for you. There are some armed guards on it, but they're not enforcers.
Okay.
Mhm.
She'll walk up to the carriage and she'll say,
door. The door opens, and you see Ackerman waiting for you. Miss Bradley.
"Hello."
Come on, get in. It's going to start raining before too long.
Okay, she'll get in and she'll take a seat.
As you step into the carriage, rain begins to fall.
It's like you've got a sense for that kind of thing.
He smiles and says, "Well, I have been around for a while."
Or is it still your ability to manipulate the clouds?
I do not have the ability to control the weather. However, I do have the ability to control where I am at any given time. Just as you do, Miss Bradley. The carriage picks up and begins to speed across the land. He maintains a cordial conversation with you as you guys drive, and before long you stop at a place, and he steps out and says, "Well, this is my home. But if we head out around the back," he walks around the side of the manor, and you see this big lit area, like his entire home, like the garden place where Prince lived, is covered in artificial lighting. Like there's an artificial sky here, and a garden, and all this other kind of stuff. And he goes,
Mm-hmm.
"Have you ever heard of Garton?"
No?
Well, there's a wonderful, wonderful place in in the country near the eastern edge of Labasa. It is different scientists and other such individuals. And the goal is, well, the country cannot sustain normal life considering the perpetual rain and lack of sunshine. So a small area was set aside in Eskarten, the only place in Labasa actually where the sun shines regularly. Shines down. All different kinds of natural species were taken there. Every different type of tree found all across the borders of Labasa. Every type of block or every type of insect, dog, whatever. It's all there in this massive nature reserve. Well, you see,
Beautiful.
it's normally only allowed to scientists, but this place here, many of these things were taken from Eskarten. That's nothing compared to the real thing, the sun shining down. However, I'm sure you understand why I don't go there.
Yeah.
He walks in and you see just this wonderful garden. Like, it looks like it's day here. You've never actually seen daylight, have you?
No?
He presses a little button, and you realize the thing above him has an actual
other
artificial.
than,
She
other
went
than Prince's place.
Yeah, I was
Right.
about to say she went to
That was just artificial lighting. That's not like normal daylight. He presses a button. Like
This is like
he claps his hand, and the ceiling above you guys, the big dome, the light shifts, and you see clouds going across it as you realize that it's a giant screen, and there's a little sun that appears up there, and it looks as if you are outside.
I think that she just looks like in awe. Like it's kind of something that like she knows what it is, but she never seen it, so it's like, wow.
Of course, the real sun is significantly brighter than that. It'll blind you if you look at it. And I don't mean just because I'm a vampire, but I just mean it's so bright that if you look at it, it will do permanent damage to your eyes.
Wow.
There's nothing in this world as bright as it, save except perhaps your own personal glow. And he begins to walk inward into the
She smiles and blushes a little. Why are you laughing?
Because Jackson was. And he begins, why are you laughing? You're so suspicious, man! Why are you
I'm
so
just
suspicious?
happy to see such a
Oh,
romantic
I wonder
couple.
why.
Anyways,
No, I
he
thought maybe it's because you saw the look on my face, but
Oh, I did also see the look on your face. But no, he begins showing you around the his little garden, and he shows you the different plants and what they're called, and he's telling you about them. Yeah, it's a beautifully well-tended place. It's like gorgeous. It's not like a normal garden, like there's no fruit or vegetables here. This is like flowers and beautiful trees, that kind of stuff. It's all really well tended, and he's just going through explaining it all to you. It's his charms and how the clouds avoid him. Well, how does it feel to be away from the from those enforcers perpetually watching your back?
it's nice. Don't get me wrong, I've become pretty great friends with the ones that have lived with me for a while, but that just doesn't feel like real friendship, if you know what I mean.
That's unfortunate. Are they not kind to you?
No, they're great. It just feels. I mean, like it's their job.
Ah, yes, of course. Different people have different jobs. Maya. No, I won't say it. He kind of you look in this. It looks as if he's about to say something, like he looks sad a little bit, but he doesn't say anything. He goes, "No, I'll just." There's this plant over here. It's a Norway.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but I'm a pretty good listener.
It's about the war, honestly. I don't know if you'd be interested.
What?
Well, it's...
Oh, yeah, in a few minutes.
Well, it's actually about my daughter.
Oh. Is she okay?
Doesn't appear so. Her squads were sent to escort some transport, and they have yet to return. But they found the vehicle that they were transporting destroyed a couple miles away from where they last reported their location.
Oh no.
So, this look of sadness overcomes his face a little bit. I can only fear the worst.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, so...
And I mean it. I'm not one for being fake. So,
He looks at you and forces a half smile onto his face, and yes, it's I appreciate the concern. It's nice to know that there are still people out there who have some sense of feeling and can reach out to those around them and help them.
It's what I do. Could tell you plenty of stories.
Oh, I'm
But-
sure you could, Miss Bradley. Unfortunately, I've not lived such a life. My life has been... The life of a warrior is a bit different from the life of a woman who spends her time helping the needy and the poor. I end life, I don't save it.
Yeah. Come from pretty different worlds, I guess. Zeal was far different from Hamersla to begin with, and then... Yeah. She's just sitting there thinking about, I guess, him and with the life that he lives, and then her and the life that she lives.
I feel like this would be something that I don't know if this is important to Annie, but I'm just gonna remind you that not Kavanaugh. Ackerman is like a war hero. He's famous for one battle wherein he saved like 2,000 people's lives.
Oh, so she would probably point that out. Okay, so then she says she'll look up from her thoughts and she'll say, "Wait, but you're a war hero."
Well, I mean, is it really the same? Saving people by ending other lives?
Did you not? I mean, I know that what you told me at the funeral, you lost people, but did you not save allies too?
I suppose that my famous battle, I did save lives. Helping many people.
You save lives far different than how I do, but it's still saving lives.
Thank you. I needed to hear that, Miss Bradley. He
Welcome.
he grabs your shoulder and squeezes it a little bit and says, "Genuinely," and then begins to continue walking about the garden.
I mean, if you can't tell by how much she reads, she loves to learn. So she's probably actually very genuinely interested in everything he's saying about the garden.
Yeah. And then you hear a few steps. Give me a perception check, please.
How does this work? 1d20. That's not right. How does it work?
Exclamation mark 1d20. I think the bot's lagging. It's not working at the moment.
Perception. That's 21.
21. You hear some footsteps. People running.
Okay. And if I turn to look towards them, can I see anything yet?
Someone jumps out of the bushes. Ackerman pushes you aside and slashes the dude across the torso. He drops to the ground. I'm gonna need you to roll initiative, and we're gonna cut away from you.
Of course.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go for prayer time real quick too.
Selthor, you're standing above two prisoners that you have recently taken.
I look at the one laying on the ground and I say, "What are y'all doing? Or tell me what y'all are doing."
He goes, "Your mom."
He's under the command spell currently.
Isn't Sato under the command spell? I mean, not Sato. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not under the command spell. The other guy's under the command spell. The guy that you're
Which
holding
he
is...
can still roll against.
I look at the guy that's under the command spell
Oh, okay.
because he should be the one laying on the ground.
Oh, okay, cool. Sato, I need you to roll a wisdom save for him, please.
I'm not on the ground.
I told you to lay on the ground.
Oh, did you?
And you
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the last thing he did. He told you to do.
Oh yeah. I forgot my character's over there. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Hang on, I gotta pull up my stats. I forgot I have to have this pulled up from here. Okay. Yeah, that's a 6. Whole whopping 6.
Cool. He asked what you were doing there. Y'all were, of course, trying to steal weapons.
We're after weapons.
What weapons are stored in this hangar?
Last weapons and that sort of stuff.
Okay, so none of the good stuff.
None of the good stuff.
Okay. So, okay. Tell me why you need the weapon.
Again, directed at me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 20.
As he says this, you come back to your own mind. On a nat 20 wisdom check, you could, of course, defy him. Or you could do something else.
By something else.
On a nat 20, he has no way of knowing that the command doesn't work. Except, of course, if he knows that you're not telling the truth.
What's the question again?
He asked why you need the weapons.
Because the vampires won't protect people like us.
Can I roll insight on that?
I mean, yeah.
$19.
He's telling the truth.
Who are people like you?
Human.
South Park. Just a low, pitiful puff, almost, just like a sigh. Just yes, so they say.
The guy on the ground beneath you.
So they say, and so people around are killed.
Did you cuff the guy, the Inquisitor dude?
Yeah, they're both.
Okay.
You said, so they say, and so people around are killed.
Yeah.
You didn't seem to do anything to help the situation either.
Yes, like man sitting in his high castle, looking down and everyone dying would know anything. You weren't out there. You didn't watch the people bleeding and suffering. You were there shooting them.
There while civilians were gunned down in the streets. You weren't there when civilians were forced down. What civilians trying to speak out were forced down by the vampires.
Hell's bloody reign is coming to an end. I suggest you get ready for it. Scum!
You're right, I wasn't there that day. But that doesn't mean every vampire is evil.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I could have killed any single one of y'all today.
Oh, thank you for your wonderful mercy, sir. We're so grateful.
Can I, like, trip him and put him on the ground?
Huh?
Can I, like, trip him and put him on the ground?
Flip him?
Like, trip him.
I thought he was
On the ground.
He is on the ground.
I thought they were both on the ground.
Yeah, they're both on the ground.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, one of them the one that was under command you told to lay down, but the other guy you either shot or tripped or something and he fell down.
This guy is going to
Both his knees?
twist and try to whack you with his head and get out of your grip. I need you to roll an opposed athletics check, Garrett.
Okay.
He's going to roll at disadvantage because he's restrained. He rolled a 16.
I rolled a 17 plus
Cool.
like 7.
But that's going to take up your effort. You have to like sit there and fight him to hold him down. As he jerks and like tries to hit you, he says, "Run!" and tries to like flip you over and occupy.
I'm going to kind of flip over, jump up, and start running.
Can I cast command?
Can you you try to you can say a word and issue an order to him with your mind control.
Yeah.
Let's issue a word to him. Say something.
I'm gonna say stop.
Sato, you feel the power try to compel you to kneel. However, you have already overcome his mind control and sprint and continue to run.
I'm going to... Which way did he run?
Further into the alley, away from the direction he came.
I'm going to run after him and say... and go call it out that I'm in pursuit and which way I'm running.
Cool. You keep running. You round the corner, and with is Katie back yet?
I want to dash towards him.
Oh, right, you're a vampire. Yeah, you dash. You let go of this guy on the ground and start to run. And as you stand up, give me a perception check, please. Actually, no. As you stand up, I need you to make an opposed strength check to try and get away from this guy. Because he's going to try and grapple you and hold you still.
Okay.
He rolled a 13. You rolled a what?
22.
Cool. You plow out of him, and then as you stand up and start taking off, this guy stands up and tries to start running in the other direction.
Other direction of the hangar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He can run back into everybody else.
You dash around the corner, and you see the Inquisitor person standing there. And you run up over to him, and we're going to cut away as you try to close the distance between y'all. Katie, what did you roll on initiative?
I'm rolling. That's 13. Let me put it.
Cool.
And game board.
So just to be clear on what happened, you cannot cast mind control on somebody that's already broken out.
Yeah.
Like ever or what?
I mean, for a while. It can affect them again after a period of time. The two more people drop down and start running. Ackerman steps in front of you, pulls back his cloak, draws out 2 guns, and then is going to open its fire. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks. That's a crit. That's another crit. That's a hit. That's another crit. That's a hit.
Maybe she would have to
That's a
fight.
hit. He freaking didn't miss a shot. This guy, Ackerman, fully kills 2 of them in his opening barrage, looks at the next dude, and drops him to kneecaps him. The guy drops screaming, and then he throws the guns aside. Claws grow from his hands, digs one hand into the guy's chest, and then throws him across the field. Turns to look at you. He's gonna take his special action. He's gonna sweep you up into a grip and dash across the garden. He's like princess carrying you right now. Ackerman moves. I could show you on a game board, but if you'd see, he moves 30 squares this turn.
So he gets me to safety?
There are still people pursuing you. Just, sorry, not. Wait, hold up. Yeah, he moves. Sorry, not 30. He moves 60 squares. I'm sorry, my math was off. Imagine that. My math was bad, guys. He moves 60 squares, so that's 300 feet. Just in one turn, he moves 300 feet.
Is that while carrying someone?
That is while carrying someone.
Is he not encumbered?
It's his special thing.
Oh, cool.
He stops, lands. That's going to be the bad guys. A couple more bad guys are going to drop out from around him. They're going to run at him. They're going to make some attacks. 1, it's a miss. 2, it's a hit. One of these guys runs forward with a knife and cuts his skin, and you see his skin begins to blister and burn as you look at these weapons. Give me a perception check or an insight check. Ackerman's going to take a good amount of damage from that. Jeez, Ackerman takes 23 damage from that hit.
I want to do insight, and it's still only an 8.
Yeah, you've no clue what just happened, but Ackerman's skin is burning. The third guy's going to come up an attack. It's a miss. It's your turn, Annie. Hey, Sato, cue up some more music, please.
Am I still in his arms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably start with Save Me or Kuvira.
Save me.
Sorry, no, go on. He wasn't talking to you, Katie.
Okay, I don't have a way to fight back.
You have Demon
other
Slap?
Than playground payback. However, I don't know. Well, they were able to come here before.
You need a level
Okay,
6.
I guess I'll do playground payback. But
Cool.
if it can be like one further away that's or slightly obscured, something like
Yeah.
that.
From behind the corner, they're attacking Libby. Slaps this
Libby?
dude to the ground. Not Libby, Annie. It slaps this dude to the ground. He's gonna take 1d6 damage. Roll the damage.
That's 4 plus I don't know what.
Yeah, the guy gets hit and gets knocked to the ground, taking a 4 fire damage. You see one of the guys around the corner trip and drop. That's going to be back to the top of the. That's all you're going to do?
I was gonna say it might be easier for you to fight if you put me down.
He pulls out a gun, hands you a gun, sets you down, pulls up into a stance top in the initiative order. That's his turn. To his turn, he's going to, again, make 6 attacks. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he can only make 3. He can only make 2 gunshots this turn. Man, all 3 of those miss. He fires his gun 3 times. They all miss. Then his melee attack. That's a crit. That's a crit. That's a hit. He slaps one of these dudes, and the guy just goes. His head comes off, and the guy goes flying. Ackerman turns around, palms the dude in the chest, and you hear as multiple things break all at once, and the guy flies back into the bushes. You're pretty sure he's dead. Turns to the last dude. He's gonna roll a hit. It's a lot of damage. He lifts the dude in the air, slams him into the ground, spins around, and he's gonna kick. Because he gets an extra attack after a critical hit. I'm gonna kick that dude in the jaw. Jeez, that guy also, his neck breaks as Ackerman does this spinning around reverse kick, snapping his neck. Lands, looks around him. He's gonna dash again. He's gonna action surge. Runs over here to the next 2 guys. That's a hit. That guy's also dead. Dang, Ackerman hit hard. And then his last hit on its action surge. This guy's not quite dead. The guy you knocked down. Ackerman dashes over his head and slashes at him. He gets hit, but he's on the ground. That's Ackerman's turn. Ackerman just kind of like slashes across this dude's back, and that person's on the ground. But that's the only assailant left. That's the assailant's turn. He's going to stand up and try to takes half his movement. That's a 19 to hit. That hits Ackerman. Ackerman's going to take 26 points of damage. And again, this guy comes up, stabs him with a knife, and you hear, and you see steam and smoke come out off of Ackerman as like his flesh you're sure is blistering and burning. Ackerman steps backwards. Ackerman's going to make a wisdom save, which of course he passes. That's your turn, Danny.
The gun before, unless I was pretty sure she used a bow and arrow, but that was before I realized everybody used guns. So would it make more sense for her to be proficient in bow and arrow for hunting or rifle?
Hunting, you're proficient with a bow and arrow. I mean, whichever you think is right. I mean, was your father an old-fashioned hunter, or did he hunt with a rifle?
I feel like if the common tool was a rifle, then he probably would have used a rifle.
Cool. Yeah, you know how to shoot a gun. You know how to use a rifle, but this is not a rifle, so I'll only give you half proficiency on it.
Does that round up or down?
Half proficiency rounds down.
Sorry, Discord crashed.
Yeah, you only have half proficiency on the gun.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'll, I guess, take a shot at that guy.
Cool, roll to hit.
I'll start rolling online.
What'd you roll to hit?
8.
You fire a blast and it misses them wildly. That's your action. You have a bonus action. You can do anything with your bonus action.
I don't think I can. I don't think I have anything. Unless Playground Payback can be used for any action, bonus action, reaction.
You can roll a table of inconvenience. They may be stopped from attack. No, it's an attack roll. So it has to be an action to do play
Okay.
ground.
Then never mind. I don't think I have anything that I can do for bonus action.
Cool. You fire. That's top of the initiative order again.
I can
Um,
try to move further away though, so I'll
Cool.
do that.
Cool. You step back. Ackerman grabs this dude. He's gonna roll to hit. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a hit. That's a hit. And that's a hit. He grabs this dude and breaks his neck. Like he turns around, his cloak kind of lifts up a little bit, and he breaks the guy's neck out of your sight.
Okay.
With that, we're gonna exit initiative. As he stands, turns up, his cloak kind of drapes around him. He just broke this dude's neck. There are, like, how many people did he kill? He just killed 12 people. No, he just killed 13 people with minimal effort.
Did he get hit at all?
The guy
I'm
hit
gonna
twice.
rush over to him, and I'll say, I'll state the obvious. You're hurt. Let's get inside and get you some help.
Hold up. Sato. Cool. As that happens, we cut away from you guys. We go back to Selthor and Sato. Sato, what do you as this guy rounds the corner, you turn around. What do you say to him?
You might think you're high and mighty because you yourself haven't killed because you yourself might not have killed one of the civilians, but you actively let it go. And you actively try to stop those that are trying to make a difference.
He looks at him in the eye. He said, "This is not the way to make a difference."
What difference do you suppose should be made? Just letting the mortals get killed off? Well, I suppose they won't be they won't be oppressed anymore at that point.
You know there are people working on that situation. You know there's an effort being made.
I know there's an effort being made, yes. But it's not coming from the lawmakers.
As you say that, Selthor, what's your armor class?
15?
That's a hit. Question: is stealth attack damage doubled on a critical hit?
No.
I thought it became a critical hit.
What?
No.
No, stealth.
A amount of damage, and it is not doubled.
Jackson, we need a.
If it's a critical hit, because that's the purpose of critical hits, to do double damage.
I was looking at this the other day with like sneak attacks and stuff. Is it sneak attack or what?
What's up?
Does sneak attack damage double? Any dice that are part of an attack damage are rolled again on a crit. So yes, it does double.
Yeah, that's up for some DMs choose differently, but I think the default is doubling.
So 2d4 5. 11 piercing. And take 11 piercing and 34 34 30 hold up. Take 55 piercing damage.
How much?
55.
55.
As someone comes out of invisibility and drives a knife deep into your side.
With that, I am going to continue or turn and continue running.
Does that drop you, Selthor?
Yeah.
The guy doesn't stick around. He turns and runs. Dang it, Sabriel was supposed to walk up at this point. Man.
Maybe pause at the stab.
Make a reaction attack at all?
No, you were surprised. He came out of stealth and hit you. Yeah. You, you drop to the ground, you look up, and you see someone, running around the corner in shining white armor. Armor that you may or may not have helped design. With that, we're gonna cut back to, Libby. Not Libby, oh my goodness. Annie. Annie and Ackerman. Can y'all hear me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is happening?
You played a song as I played it. And so I paused yours. So,
That's the way to do it.
and we used both. We used the two different ones, so they both started playing. So I paused yours. So,
Ackerman kind of turns around, walks over to you, grabs your arm, grabs the back of your neck, and starts looking you over and goes, "Are you hurt? Are you
I'm
all right?"
fine. I'm fine. You're hurt. Get inside.
Nonsense, I'm fine.
Doesn't look fine. She looks at the cut, the first cut.
You can see one of them is like on his, like just under his ribs, and it's blistered and twisted up. It looks like a very bad
Definitely
burn.
not fine.
He turns to walk, and you see a third injury on his leg that you weren't even aware of. And he's kind of limping a little bit as he's walking toward the house.
Okay, she's going to walk with him. I think she's probably. Well, she'll hold the gun out to him shakily, with the handle towards him, of course.
He takes the gun one hand and puts his other hand on your hand and looks at you and smiles and says, "Good shooting." He takes the gun and holsters it.
Would have been better if I was in my right mind.
No. This is hardly your fault. Not very many people are trained to react in such scenarios. Come on, let's. He gets inside, sits down. Some people come around. They start looking him over. The holy weapons. Yes, I know what they were. Ah! He kind of lays back. They go to treating him.
I think Annie steps back a short ways and to give them all room.
All right, they bring up a potion, and he downs the potion, and
she's shaking, and she looks very upset.
The others all begin to head out of the room, and he sits up, walks over to you, and like wraps his arms around you and says, There, it's okay. It's okay.
Not okay.
It is okay.
I don't know if you realize that this is like the 4th time. Somebody's after me and I don't know why, and people keep getting hurt. And Prince died and you're hurt.
He pulls you into a nice tight hug. Annie, they were wielding holy weapons. Are you a vampire?
No?
So why would they be wielding holy weapons if they were after you?
I guess that's a good point. Maybe I'm just always in the wrong place at the wrong time.
What about all those people that you fed? Tell me,
Okay,
were you in
maybe
the
not
wrong?
always.
Tell me, were you in the wrong place when you met Prince? Were you in the wrong place when you walked into that party and caught my eye? Were you in the wrong place when the Lord Marshal, when you presented your concerns before the consulate and they all heard you? Were you in the wrong place whenever the Lord Marshal reached out to you to expand the work that you do? He grabs you and he grabs the side of your face and looks into your eyes and says, "Miss Bradley, you are a magnificent woman. You cannot blame these things on yourself. If you've been in the wrong place, then you have far more been in the right place. You underestimate the impact you have on this land. You're one of the most astonished women I've ever met."
She smiles, but it's like she smiles and then the tears start falling.
He pulls you back.
Because her cheeks move and everything.
Because her cheeks what?
Because, like where your eyes are welling up with tears and then you move your face and then they fall like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He pulls you. He kind of instead of pulling you into a hug, he wipes off some of the tears and looks at you and says, "These are but flesh wounds. I have experienced far worse. Once I had 2 of my limbs cut off."
Like, she looks like astonished, like she's just eyes wide, like what? That could not have been fun.
It was but a flesh wound.
Banned.
And
Although I
she
think
kind of laughs a little bit. You can add someone else whose life you've saved to the list.
I suppose I can. He's smiling. He doesn't say anything else. He's just looking at you, smiling.
I think her face turns a little bit red in the cheeks, and then she'll kind of turn and just look at some random thing in the room.
I suppose it's time we contact the enforcers and get them here.
Yeah, probably. But thank you for bringing me out today. I really needed it.
I suppose we all need a little bit of adventure, don't we?
Well, I was talking more about the garden, but yeah.
I was referring to you, Miss Bradley. Thank you for the adventure.
Face turns bright red. Just like
he walks you to the door and escorts you out. At this point, the enforcers show up. Karen walks up to you, make sure you're okay. Y'all step in the car and drive off. As you leave, Ackerman waves.
I was gonna say something.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to say something like, and I don't see a lot of people get out very often or have a lot of friends. So if you have the time to hang out again, I'd be okay with that.
A bright smile crosses Ackerman's face, and he says, I would love to, Miss Bradley.
She'll smile and then she'll leave.
Cool. As you get in the car, Karen looks at you and goes, woo! Things are, oh! She kind of like fans her face a little bit.
Okay, it's... I hope you realize that, like, it's only like that because I almost died.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. I'm sure I would have almost died too. I would faint in a heartbeat if he were standing next to me.
I mean, he was kind of standing a few feet away from you like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, but I have a job to carry out, so... I'm like you, I don't have the luxury of tripping and having a handsome man catch me.
I did not trip. He swooped me up in his arms.
Oh, she says like, oh.
But still, Karen, this is serious, okay? Okay.
Oh, I'm
People
sure
came,
it's quite serious.
we were attacked.
It looks
got
really
stabbed
serious to me.
with a holy weapon. Other than
Yes.
that, we just went around the garden and you told me about the flowers and the bugs and the animals.
Bugs? Told you about bugs?
Yes? The garden, it's full of different insects from this garden where there's actually sun.
I've never, wow, I've never actually seen sunlight. What's it like?
It's like if you took a light, like a street light, and then you like made it ginormous and you stuck it up in the sky.
Wow.
Like the size of, well, I mean, it would have to be huge, bigger than probably all of Lavassa, maybe even the world. But it was just a screen this time. So, but I can only imagine. And honestly, going to this garden he told me about, it sounds amazing. Like, I would love to go there one day.
You mean Escarton?
Yes.
Well, I mean, keep up your friendship with the hero of Lavassa, and you may go there one day.
Oh, maybe, but not with him.
Vampire. I forgot.
Fortunately.
You guys continue heading down the street in your carriage. And that we're gonna cut to Cell 4. I mean, we're gonna cut back to Ackerman. Ackerman rounds the corner a little bit and sits down. Calls up Davenid.
Interesting. It takes Davenid a little while to get to the radio, but he finally manages to get to the radio. Hello?
Mr. Arnok. A pleasure to speak to you.
A slight shiver runs down his spine. Pleasure is all yours, mainly. And in mine, I guess, as well. Actually, yes. Pleasure, yes.
You're not very good at flattery.
No, I'm not.
I'm here for that report on the Air Force that you were giving out.
Does Silthor not have the report? Or did you wish for...
I want the report directly.
It is... I give him the report, saying it's going good, and I'm also trying to increase the possibility of it going higher and higher. Higher than any of the flying carriages which we created so far.
Thank you, Mr. Davenant. Thank you for the report. You have a lovely day. And he hangs up.
I feel like that was right in mid-sentence as I was about to finish up.
He stands up and Ackerman, hold on. Yes?
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. He's the only mic and he left. I was curious why it was so.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
guessing he's talking to his mom or something.
I should have a main screen, so I was like, did I cut out after he cut out, or is there... did Discord crash after he cut out? Which would be odd timing, but possible, I suppose. You'll have got to try these fig preserves, though. I'm not
What
yet
is
sure.
it?
Y'all have got to try these fig preserves, though.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, it's like a regular plant preserved, but instead of just some plant, it's fig. It has brown sugar and fig. Yes, a plant known
That's
as
what
a fig.
I don't know what fig that is.
Have you not seen figs?
No.
Google this, child of the internet.
Oh,
I implore you.
I have
Like
been
this-
implored.
This fig has figs are a thing that is, I guess they've been around for literally ever, but it was a fig trees in the Bible somewhere, if that's cultural enough for you.
But that looks like a pancake or a sandwich or something.
Oh, this is a pancake, yes. So it actually is a pancake sandwich.
So Ackerman stands up. He begins to walk back into his office, sits down, writes a couple of things, picks up the one of the dagger that had stabbed him, presses something, and his wall opens up, and he walks down to his trophy room, to a wall on which he has many old different styles of weapons. On one wall there are a bunch of weapons with crosses and holy symbols on them. He walks up to the wall and places this dagger that had stabbed him on an empty hook. Ackerman then turns and walks out of the room.
Oh wait, I'm unmuted.
And I think it is only 10:30, guys, but I did a lot of plot points today that I really wanted to make, and honestly, the rest of the ones that I needed to get to, aside from Ross, that's basically everyone else for today, and Ross is going to actually do some pretty secret stuff.
All right.
Ooh, secret stuff. Ooh.
No, I mean, I suppose everyone else can say.
But I mean, everything else that needs to happen today is kind of dependent on Sabrael. So, like with the stuff with Huel, the stuff with Dabonid.
Wait, stuff with me?
Yeah, and a lot of stuff that was going to happen with Ross also needed Sabrael today as well. So,
Wait, really?
Jeez.
Okay.
Well,
Can we add her and be like, hey, can you come back real quick?
no, her reign's messing her up. So,
weak farm town connections. Wait, does she even live in the country?
She lives in the city.
Yikes.
What city?
Imagine being in a city with bad internet.
Oof.
I kind of feel like that's the ultimate slight of the first world.
Imagine.
I
not
live in
having
I live in
internet.
a city with bad internet.
Ross.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm like
So before we
30 minutes from
close
Seattle
out, guys,
too.
I do want to do
Tech
this
center
with Ross
of
before we
America.
close out.
What?
I do want to do this with Ross though before we cut out. You go to your little console provided apartment. You walk in. You don't like the weak. We don't like them either.
Can I tell where that's coming from?
There's a shadow on your desk.
Who are you?
Oh, one could call me Justice. One could call me Wrath. I personally like the name Death.
Can I tell if they're vampire or mortal?
You cannot.
Okay.
To answer your
what-
unasked question, I'm neither. I'm something beyond your simple grasps of us and them. No, 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 my lady. I'm something far worse.
Why do you have an interest in me?
Well, it's not so much you that I have an interest in, but you will serve nicely for the purposes we need.
I'm not some pawn to be used.
No, of course not, Miss Ross von Wittelsbach. Of course you're not a pawn. But you see, there's a little bit of a problem that's bigger than your own personal or petty politics. Tell me, are you aware of an individual by the name of Angel Bradley?
Yes. She is an associate of Jeffrey, and I believe Prince.
The figure leans forward, and light begins to shine, and leans into the light, and you see what is standing before you is no human. There are eyes scattered across its face. Black wings spread outward. A dozen eyes open on each one. Its mouth opens and light shines out, and it says, I do believe that some individuals have violated a truce, and I'm here to serve out justice. Tell me, Ras von Wittelsbach, how would you like to see that wench burn in hell?
What are you talking about?
She stands up, walks forward fully into the light, and you are dropped to your knees by pure presence, as standing before you is the Archangel of Death, Masnira. Unfortunately, I cannot do these things myself, Because, like I said, there is a truce that we have. They're not allowed to do bidding, nor am I. We all keep our hands off. So I need you to do my dirty work.
This seems very hands-on to me.
It's only hands-on if you get caught.
Why me out of all the people in this city?
Because out of all the people in this city, you're probably the only person who genuinely hates her. She doesn't care about you. She simply puts on an air of caring about people. She simply pretends to think she wants to help everyone, but genuinely she does it for selfish reasons. She's a broken, selfish creature that, like everything else, needs to be cleansed, but everyone only sees the pure, kind, innocent outer layer. They're unaware of the twisted wickedness that rots in her soul. But you know that no human is perfect. You can see that they're all rotten. And so you'll help me. Because you want to see them suffer just as much as I do.
It's not like I have a choice. It's
course
not like
you
I
have.
disagree.
Of course you have a choice. Tell me no, and I will walk out of this room and you will never see me again.
How do you expect me to do this?
Use your imagination. I'm sure you'll think of something. Don't worry, you won't be doing it alone. You'll have my help. She reaches forward, touches your forehead. Power surges through you. Gain a level in Warlock, please.
Dude, that's fine.
My name is a bit more complex than what you could probably understand, so refer to me as Aziraphale. Good day, Ross von Wittelsbach. And I think that's where I'll leave us for tonight.
Dude, what the heck?
Sato's really
So,
happy
yeah,
about something.
I liked the line, I'll walk out of here and you'll never see me again.
Why did you like that?
Sato's way better at this than you guys are, I'm sorry.
I mean, I got it now that he's repeated it.
I don't get it.
I'm guessing you would have killed me.
Well, not if he walks out there first. I mean, if you'll never see death again.
I guess it kind of stems from the being annoyed from the line, I never want to see you do this again. Yeah. It's like, you'll
Which
never
means
see
either
me.
you blind them, or if you're petty, you just kill them.
Jackson, what are you confused about?
I was.
Siren, you can go ahead and you can have Craig leave at this point, or you can keep him in if you want to keep recording. But the game's over.
You're like, what did you think about that thing I sent you? Prior to the other thing I sent you. The first
First
message
of
I
the
sent
two.
you.